So if you're an entrepreneur or a marketer and you're looking for some really clear direction and some action items that you could take this next month to be able to have your best month in business and really see some great breakthrough in both your revenue and your profitability, today we're going to be going over an activity that is stupidly simple. I think almost anyone can follow along, that will be able to provide that level of clarity and breakthrough and hopefully be able to get some ideas churning to be able to increase your sales without completely breaking your business. All right, so let's go ahead and dive straight on into this. And once again, I don't know if I should say once again, but I actually learned this activity specifically from Frank Kern back in 2019. It's called Your Best Month, and it's really, really simple. You start off by looking at, what are the last, call it 12 months, maybe 18 months of sales, and what was the best month that you actually had during that time frame. And so at the time of recording this is July 10th, 2024. Let's say I look back and, I realize, hey, you know what? December worked really, really well. Like, we had a record-breaking month in December. So I'm just going to say December here. Okay, December 2023. Okay. And then so if December 2023 was my best month, then the next thing that I would do I would look at, hey, right here under offers sold, what were my offers that I was selling? Whether this is whether you're like an e-commerce business and you were selling a bunch of different products, or maybe you were selling bundles, or maybe you're a professional service provider and you've really just kind of been selling the same main service this entire time. Doesn't really matter. Just look at, go back through your Stripe or through your Shopify or whatever payment processor that you're using, and go look at what was the product or the service that you sold the most of. And so I'm just going to say, offer number one. Okay. And then I'm going to say, maybe offer number one generated that specific month. Let's say that December 2023, you did, let's say 120K in revenue. And so if that was the case, then let's say, out of that 120,000, let's say that maybe offer number one actually sold about 90K of your revenue. And maybe you actually had a little bit of a downsell offer. We're going to say offer number two, and maybe offer number two generated, 20K in sales. And let's say that, hey, maybe you even had a third offer that, just kind of sells passively. You don't really think much of it. And offer number three, you sold, what would that be? 10K of. Okay. So really, really simple. You say your best month and what was, not just the month, but specifically what was the revenue that you made that month. All right. And then you say, well, what offers or products were we selling? And so then you list those off. And, if you sell a whole bunch of different things, obviously narrow it down to probably like the top 2 or 3 best sellers from that month. And then attach the specific revenue that you had for each of those products right next to it. So that way you can understand really how much revenue each thing was creating for you. And so in this case, it's like, well, yeah, clearly offer number one by far made us the most money. And then you look at this right here, which is the promos and marketing section. And you say, what promo, what ad campaign or email campaigns, SMS campaigns, maybe we did like a JV opportunity, and maybe someone was promoting your product on their list. What did you do to generate all of those sales for offer number one? And so, or really any of these offers, but ideally you could try to figure out what was the one activity that you did to produce the most amount of revenue. And in this case, I'm really looking at offer number one and that, 90K in revenue. What did you do? And so, obviously this is December, so I set this one up easy. Maybe I did some sort of an end of year promo. And so I say, we did email campaign, and on that email campaign, we had, actually, let's say that we also had some ads that were running, ads for offer number one. And then let's say that offer number one is normally selling at full price, and maybe we did a discount, 10% discount. And so we did like 10% year-end discount, something like that. I don't know. Or maybe you did plus some special bonus of something else that you were selling, okay? And so at this point, you see, well, look, offer number one made us the most amount of money in a record-breaking month. And then you look at, well, what do we do to sell it? And you say, well, cool, we had this email campaign. We sent 5 emails out, and it was specifically promoting that one offer right there. We also had ads that were promoting that exact same offer. And of those, instead of just our normal maybe you sell accounting services, okay? Instead of, your normal full price accounting, maybe you said, hey, end of year discount, we're going to do 10% off. And anyone that signs up this month also gets a free X, Y, and Z. And so maybe that was kind of how you were promoting it. And so the idea here is that you say, well, if this is the case, this next month, let's stop focusing on offer number 2. Let's stop focusing on offer number 3. We don't care about that revenue. We don't care about any other thing. Now we're just going to say that, next month, let's run the play again. And so we're going to say, next month we have pretty much duplicate December's emails. Then you might need to change it up, of course. Obviously, if it's middle of the year in July, and you're like, well, this is a holiday promo, this is a end of year promo. Okay, obviously you change it up to say, hey, cool, this is our 4th of July promo, or this is our birthday special, or our fun mid-year bonus, or whatever. I mean, you can call it whatever you need to, but maybe you would say, let's duplicate December's emails. Let's go ahead and turn on almost the same. We're just going to say duplicate of December's ads if they were actually working. And then we're going to essentially rename, if I can spell, rename the promo. I'm going to say if necessary. And I mean, it's as simple as that. I could draw this out longer and longer, but there's really no need for it. You can see, once again, I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, is a stupidly simple activity, but it actually provides a lot of clarity. Now, who this is for, just to be very clear, this is for those people that are making, typically, I'd say anything over $500,000 a year, really, especially in that low to mid 7-figure range. This is a great activity for, because a lot of owners of operations like that, they start to get overwhelmed with, hey, you've been bringing on people, maybe you've been kind of swapping out your vendors, maybe you've had an ad agency here or there, and you're just getting overwhelmed with a lot of things that are kind of eating up your brain space, and ultimately you just kind of forget about what was working and the actual things that were driving in revenue and driving in profitability. And this is a really, really simple activity to help, I would say, gain clarity on being able to make sure that the needle is continuing to be moved forward each month without necessarily, once again, breaking the business. So that's about it for today's video. If you got any value from this, please go ahead, give it a like or a comment, or even more importantly, it would mean so much to me if you could subscribe to the channel, as I'm continuing to make more and more videos like this to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and even marketers be able to find actionable ways to increase your revenue in your businesses. All right, much love, and I will see you here soon.